Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Shrub Crossing, Marble Sky. Hello, Kay, Clefable. Okay, Bomber Jacket moment. She's oversized. I feel like Ariana Grande. It's denim, too. It's cool. I like it. I've just been wearing it since we went to Panda Express. And I just didn't feel like taking it off. I just feel so like... But it's a look. It's a look. I need to be stepping it up. Okay? I need to be stepping it up with my looks. I gotta, especially since I don't stream as often anymore. I feel like every time you see me, it needs to be like a fit, you know? Hello, Ivan. Hello, Alex. Oh, I'm so full of orange chicken. You look great. Thank you. Bougie once again. I love a drink. There's one thing a gay person always needs at their side, and it's a drink with a straw. To enunciate, Jessica Wilde. Hello, Gamma. Hello, Jargon. Alan, how's it going? Marble Sky, Ivan, Alex, Orange Shy Guy. Hi, Dusk Guy. Hello, Hannah, Baby Tortuga. Hello, Kay, Clefable, Shrub Crossing. Hannah, were they ripping up the carpet in your hallway today? Because they were for me, and my dogs were not happy about it. Part of the reason why I did not stream earlier today, because they were barking like crazy. Yeah, no Infinity Nikki today. Things did not go according to plan, but I will elaborate in a moment. Let me finish saying hello. Hello, Huntober. Hello, Clockwork. Hello, Maddie. Shrub Crossing, Kay. Puppy Surprise. How's it going, Lauren? Marinated Mars. Most How. Welcome in. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for stopping by. Fell asleep during your stream yesterday and woke up only briefly for your shiny catch. It was quite loud. I did. Let's get loud. Let's get loud. Loud. And thank you for the 70-month resub. Loneliest Photon, hello, hello. Literal ASMR king. Raise your ya, ya, ya. Hello, Dramatical Corgi. Hi, everybody. And thank you again. Yes. Sailor Tiefling, hello. Yes, last night I got my shiny Squirtle. Finally, I got my Kanto starter. And I do plan to go back for the other two. I would like the whole set. Why not? But for the time being, we're gonna move on. How on earth I slept through the shiny reaction? I did get pretty loud. I don't normally freak out at shinies anymore, but this one, it just took a while, and I was really gagged. I was really gagged to see it, so. What time was it at? Literally, like, the last few minutes of the stream, if you want to check the VOD. I literally got it at, like, midnight. And I was gonna end, but I was like, I'll do, like, 15 more resets, and then I got it. So I was glad I kept going. But yeah. Honestly, yesterday, getting the shiny, yesterday was one of my best streams ever. The VOD will be posted to YouTube at some point. It's public on Twitch if you want to watch it now, but I'm gonna immortalize it. It needs to stay, because it was wild. Alex, shut up. Shut the fuck up. What the fuck are you doing? We covered a lot of topics yesterday. We talked about the genders of numbers. We talked about Ice Spice and Poop. I fought with a men's rights activist who blamed women, entitled women, for men's loneliness. And after 20 minutes of arguing with them, June is red. After 20 minutes of arguing with them, they revealed that they are a woman. And I actually, like, short-circuited. So, it's in the mod. It's a crazy-ass mod. And it ended with getting the shiny Squirtle. So, it was really the most insane VOD I've had in a while. How are we sure it was a real person versus a troll and can have the username? So... And can I have the username so I could check the chat log? I did ban them today. Or last night. After my stream, I banned them. So, if you'd like to go check, like, the mod actions list, it should be the last thing in there. I don't remember their name. The fact that it all started because you were making a joke about Danny silencing women. Something you do frequently. I know. And this person had been following me since 2020. And they had Maridon as their profile picture. That doesn't really add anything. I clicked on their name to ban them and I saw that. But they were telling me to go check out the Dadvocate. I don't want to know what that is. But yeah, today was pretty good. The dogs were freaking out because they were replacing the... Thank you, Lauren. They were replacing the carpet in the hallway in our building. So they were like... kind of going under our doorway a little bit. They were just making a lot of noise, so the dogs were freaking out. So I put Soda in the crate. I've been taking them on walks together, just by myself. First time it went amazing. Second time, they were a little rowdy. Soda tangled me up in his leash in the middle of a crosswalk and cars were coming. So just walked Ruby today. I just found this Twitch and I'm so invested. What the fuck are we talking about? We cover such a pantheon of topics here at Wetsy headquarters, so thank you for stopping by. Welcome to the stream, Broken Quartz. Welcome. But yeah, so I walked Ruby today, and there are a couple cafes along my street that allow dogs inside. I've seen people with dogs sitting in... They say no dogs on the sign, but they let people in. But I feel weird. It depends on how empty it is, because Ruby sometimes gets weird about people. It's like the most random shit. Like, she'll be fine with one person, and then an old person will come in and she'll growl at the old person. And then, like, sometimes she's good around kids, and then other times, like, she growls at kids. So I'm like, I'm not bringing her inside unless it's empty. And if it's crowded inside, I'll tie her up outside and I'll look through the window. I'm only gonna go in there to place my order, and they'd bring it out to me if I asked, because it's not a big deal. But it was too crowded, and there were already people with dogs outside sitting, and Ruby was freaking out. So I just decided not to get coffee today. But I walked pretty far. I walked like 7 blocks. I was gonna keep going, but I decided to, I was like, I got shit to do today. I'll just circle back and I'll end up having walked 12 blocks. So she got a great walk today. Poor Soda did not get one, but I'm sure after my stream tonight, Dallas is gonna want to take a nighttime walk with the dogs. So we'll do that together. But Dallas came home today. So that was another reason. So I woke up early today to walk Ruby and like start my day, and I was gonna stream earlier in the day. I also wanted to clean before Dallas came home. It wasn't very messy. I was pretty good while he was gone, but I wanted it to be tidy, so I did that. But the dogs were barking so much, so I decided to not stream until Dallas came home, because I wanted to see him when he comes in and like actually get up and talk to him. And I left the front door unlocked, and I didn't hear him come in. So the dogs are barking, and I'm playing Genshin. And I'm like, I like go like, oh my god, what are they barking at? I look and he's standing in my doorway, and I screamed like, I mean, you've all heard me scream. Ah! Like it it was so embarrassing. But yeah, I did not hear him come in. I had the washing machine on, so it muffled his footsteps. I had Genshin, I was locked in, the dogs were barking, like, it was ridiculous. But yeah, so then he came home, he showered, we went to Panda, and we watched Drag Race together. And it's pretty late now, so I didn't really feel like playing Infinity Nikki. I wanted to like save that for when people are awake and actually can tune in. And plus, I want to let him. I'm gonna play it on PS5, and I wanted to let him have the PS5 because he hasn't been able to play Fortnite in like almost 2 weeks. So, yeah. But tomorrow, I'm gonna wake up early tomorrow. I'm gonna do all my editing that I have to do early in the day, and then in the evening I will stream Infinity Nikki. Because I really want to try it. I really want to check it out. I did not know it was free to play. I found out that it is like a gacha game, which I kind of expected, but I was a little bit surprised by. But I thought it was gonna be like $60, but it's free, so that was nice. I did not have to spend money. But while I was on my walk with Ruby, I had three things that I took mental notes of that I was like, I want to talk about these today. First, there were a craft store disaster happened. All across the sidewalk and in the street were little cubes with letters on them. Like the ones you would put on a charm bracelet, a friendship bracelet that like says a name or something. So somebody must have bought a big box of them. Although there was not a craft store in sight. It was like a storage unit. So I wonder if it was like a shipment was getting like, it was like a fulfillment center or something. But there were just like little charms all over the ground. I think it was somebody's bracelet that broke because there was some that were stuck to a string and the only word that it spelled was sexy. So they're attacking the Swifties. I know. But so yeah, I was like, oh, that's wild. That was all across the street. And then, so I was walking Ruby and this guy, and I already I saw him before I crossed the street. And I'm like, this guy's gonna fucking say something to me. He just has that aura of like, he sees my short shorts and he's a straight guy who wants to fuck with a gay person today. So I walk past him and he goes, hey dude, what's your dog's name? And I look back and I'm like, her name's Ruby. And he goes, oh, no way. That was my sister's name. And I was like, cool. And he was like, she's dead. And then I was like, okay. And I was just like, oh. And I just kept walking. And then he passed me. You should have said gag. Then he passed me. So I was like, oh god. Like, he fucking sprinted past me and now he's in front of me. Like, what the fuck is he gonna say? Like, is he gonna be like, is he a crazy person who's gonna like snap on me and be like, how could you make me think of my dead sister? Like, I was literally like, this is not gonna end well. But at least I have Ruby who will bite him if he tries to attack me. And then he looks at me in the face, and I had my transition lenses on today. So my sunglasses were dark. Like, they get dark blue, almost black in the sun. Which I don't know if I love. But I was wearing those because I knew my walk was gonna be a long one. And with my mustache and my coat, the guy, he pointed at me and he said, hey man, you look like a cop. And then he pointed and he was like, ha 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 ha. And in that moment, I really wish I was like, I'm glad your sister's dead. And then I kept walking. And then I saw a sign for a psychic. It said palm readings. And it said walk-ins welcome. But there was something interesting about the sign. Walk was spelled W-L-A-K. And welcome did not have an E. So how can I trust you to read my palms when you can't even proofread your sign? I was like, I gotta get home. I gotta get home. I need to get out of here. I have to go home. So, this is why it's important to go out into the world, because there's my monologue for the day. It was W-L-A-K ins W-E-L-C-O-M. No E at the end. And I was like, oh my god. Yeah, it's giving AI generated. It's a good thing it was a picture of a sun, because the AI probably couldn't do a picture of like a hand with an eye in it. Like, wild. When are you learning tarot? I don't know. I watch a lot of Aphrodite's videos. And I always am like, oh, tarot is so fun. I should look into like Tom of Finland tarot. Because we have a Tom of Finland deck of playing cards. I am still pissed. Pissed! Because Scruff was selling a limited edition Tom of Finland Foundation t-shirt. And I didn't find out about it until they were sold out of all the sizes, except for extra small. And there's no way my big, bulging, beefy muscles could fit in that. But I was really sad because the art was really good, and it was, like, safe enough to be able to be worn on stream as well. And I was really sad, and I even, like, added them on my story, hoping that, like, my clout would be like, oh, we actually had some people cancel their orders, so would you like to buy one of those? And I got put in my place because they didn't even look at my story. I kept checking. This was a few weeks ago now. I was like, can't you see that it says @editor of Just Trish Podcast? Can't I use my boss's clout to get, not even free. I didn't even want free merch. I wanted the opportunity to pay for it. And I don't even know what's more embarrassing about that. Thank you, Shoujo. Anyway, hello, Nappin. So last night we got What happened? Oh, this is the wrong layout that we're doing today. This is it. Let me reset my stream deck. Hooray, hooray, we finally got a starter. How exciting. We can do a different hunt. So yes, we got Squirtle. Fitting name, in shell. Thank you, Jacotens, for coming up with it. Very fitting. Really memorialized the evening. The perfect send-off to that evening. We got it in 5,385 resets. So I thought it's been a while, so I could give a rundown of all the shiny Pokemon that we have found on this X and Y badge quest. This Squirtle was actually the first one on this copy of the game. This is a physical cartridge of Pokemon X, and the other two are downloaded. So this is this game's first shiny, and I am only doing the badge quest on 2 games because 3 is crazy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trade this Squirtle probably over to this game, because this game, Pokemon Y in the middle, currently does not have a Pokemon that can Mega Evolve that is also shiny on the team. So I'm going to send Squirtle to there, because this game has Lucario. So first shiny was Lucario, and then we got Spoink, I believe. Then we got Plusle. Then we got Nosepass, Hawlucha, and I got Furfrou off stream. And then we got Mr. Mime. We got Mime Jr., which I evolved into Mr. Mime on stream. Slurpuff was an off-stream find. Volbeat was an off-stream find. And then we have Spupa as well. That was on stream. So far we have 11 shinies, which is great. And, yeah. That's more than 8 badges worth of shinies. I know. Isn't that cool? But I really want, there's so many amazing hunts in X and Y that I just kind of challenge the gyms. Even if I have like 3 badges worth of shinies at one point, I just am like, I'll do them when the vibe is right. When the team feels right. So, yeah. That's that. So I'm kind of like, I don't know what I want to hunt next. So I had the idea of doing a horde hunt. Just because it'd be fun to get like another shiny really fast, right? But since I have the 3 games set up, I could do random encounters by just like running back and forth in the grass and try to get like Fletchling or Bunnelby. Because they have great shinies and I love them on the team as well. And hunting on 3 games, it's great. I do want to do the elemental monkeys in Pinwheel Forest. I have a mod that adds them to hordes, and I was doing that. I was trying to get Panpour, but I'd take any of them. So there's that. I do want to do, I think I'm gonna do Fennekin and Froakie. I'm not sure which ones, but I'm gonna do at least one of them as a full odds hatching eggs. I just need to send over Dittos so I can do that. I'm thinking about doing Fennekin just because I did start the game with Fennekin on as my starter, just because I wanted Braixen. It's just easier for the early game to have a fire type. But I do like Shiny Greninja the most of all of them, so yeah, I'm not sure. I did make a Canva actually of Pokemon, but I don't know if I'm logged in anymore. If I have like access. So I have access to my games that I want to stream Canva that I made. Do I have access to my shinies? I do! I have a mood board that I made of shinies that I want. And I actually have a lot of them. These are like all just from like the Kalos Pokedex is divided into 3 parts. So these are all just from the first like third of the Pokedex. So I didn't get Charmander or Bulbasaur like I was kind of hoping for. But I did get a starter. I do have Slurpuff. I do have Furfrou. Ralts would be cool. I know Axew is in the cave. Haxorus would be amazing. Where the hell is Sentret? I don't think that's in Hordes. I think that's a random in tall grass. Yeah, I gotta look and see what no Minun, but I have Plusle. Yeah, I did think about maybe doing Minun, but I would have to turn my mod off because I think the Plusle Minun Hordes got replaced by something else. I think it got replaced by Furfrou on that route. I'm not sure though. Esper would be great. I feel like there are certain Pokemon that like you just have to have in an X and Y badge quest. Kind of want to do Eevee. I don't know if I'm caught up enough on my 3rd game to triple hunt it yet though, because I still only have 1 badge in that game. So I would have to play a little bit to get access to that route. So I don't know if I'm going to do that today. But let me actually see real quick what my hordes are on some of these routes. We'll do the middle game. Do I have a Gloom in my party? Yes. Okay. But yeah, how can you do an X and Y badge quest without Sylveon? So I do want to hunt Eevee to make a Sylveon at some point. What is on this route? I don't even remember. Is this like Route 3? Skiddo would be so good. I have a shiny Skiddo in Scarlet Violet that I used on my team. It's a great shiny. Go-Goat is so cool. I'm excited. We'll probably be able to ride on Go-Goat in Legends ZA. I have no idea. I don't remember what my hordes are. Because I have a mod that my friend Nora made that adds more Kalos Pokemon to hordes. Which is fun. So I don't want to do Furfrou again. I think she posted on Reddit, actually. It's a super easy mod to install, which is really cool. Yes, she did. Already. She has like a guide that shows where everything is. Ugh, I hate viewing images on Reddit now. It's so awful. They like don't actually let you look at the photo in a different tab. You have to like zoom in Reddit. It's so awful. I hate it. Okay. So Route 2. Ooh. 60%? Fletchling hordes? These are pretty good too. The bugs. That's a lot of Fletchling. And then Route 3, there's Bunnelby hordes, which is awesome. I would be down with a male Burmy to get a shiny Mothim. Dunsparce would be fun. Flabebe hordes. Pancham. Pancham is what replaced Puzzleminen, I think. I did Swirlix. I have Volbeat. Route 8. Ooh, this is scary. The Seviper, Zangoose. I kind of want to do it. But I'm a little nervous. My Pokemon are, I don't think they're equipped. Eevee hordes on Route 10. I didn't even see that she added Eevee hordes. I'd risk getting another Hawlucha, but it would be faster to hunt Eevee that way than random encounters. Although I could end up with like Houndour and Electrike that way. Hello, Mando. Nidorans could be fun. Sawk and Throw. I need to have a word with her. Why the hell did she put these two dudes in hordes? What the hell is wrong with her? Dedenne horde, though. I want Dedenne so bad. And I could use Static, actually, to make Dedenne a 50%. Which is cool. Pachirisu. This is a great route. Chatot, Miltank, Tauros, and Pachirisu. That might be one we have to do. Although I think Route 12, I think that means I need to surf to it. I could be wrong. I don't have access to this route on the third game, but I would just do hordes, I think, on 2 games, maybe. We'll see. Goomy is great. Definitely gonna hunt Goomy at some point. And Sliggoo. I would do Goomy so I can do each stage. Route 22, Santaloon Forest. This is where I was hunting the monkeys. Reflection Cave. I did that without the mod so I can get Mime Jr. Pokemon Village. These are all late game things. What's over here? Oh. Yeah, it's a really easy mod. I'll link it in chat. There's one for Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire as well that she made. Maybe we'll do Route 2-3. Let's do Fletchling, since I know I have access to that route in all 3 games. And let me also trade over this Squirtle. I'll leave it in that game for a while. Why not? Why not? Who cares? But I am going to send it over before I do the 3rd gym. Because I want Blastoise, Mega Blastoise, on one of these games. Okay, let me put Bryson out front. Who's out front in this game? Gloom. Okay. Gloom on the team. Lucario, Spoink. I can't wait for Spoink to be a Grumpig. I love shiny Grumpig. I just love Grumpig. It's a really fun Pokemon. Okay. Let me wrap it up here. Get a full team on this game. Okay. And now let me sync my controller to the last game. I ordered my trucker hat for Truck Simulator, by the way. So that'll be in the coming week. Dallas was originally not going to come home till the 7th, but he was like, I can't be here anymore. He loves his family, but he was away from me and the dogs for a really long time already. And there's a polar vortex coming to Florida, and he was like, I can't be stranded here. So we split the flight to get him home earlier. I'm so glad that my controller mod's been working again with this new controller. Thank you to everybody who recommended the 8-bit Do controller, because she's everything. He can't bear to be away from his dogs. OMFG, I'm gonna cry. He couldn't. I kept sending him pictures and he was like, I'm gonna cry. And first contact is happening soon. That's true. Let me put Fletchling on my layout. There's some website. Here it is. There we go. I normally like to have pixel Pokemon sprites, but we'll have to deal with a 3D model. There we go. Will you be choosing Fly or Brave Bird when Fletchling levels up at 7? Oh, at 7? Since we're doing 3 times hordes, we're going to be counting by 15. That's going to go by so fast. I really wonder how fast we'll get it. Let me start a prediction. It's getting too hot in here. I'm going to take my jacket off. Let me start a prediction. Which game do you think will get the shiny? Left, middle, or right? Left, right, center. I did give out points to Team Squirtle last night. I'll start the clock. So get your predictions in now. Before you get the shiny, can you make sure to put all the screens under a cup and then shuffle them really fast? And then play the cup song? I woke up a rich bitch. What is Route 2? Is that like the first route? I think it's the very first route in the game. I should cheat code in this game to have all the clothes. I don't care about spending my money. It's a little stuffy in here. I need to go get my fan. I also didn't spray my nose today. Hang on. I don't need my fan. I'll just keep the door open. Hello, Sherbert. Have you seen the ghost girl in this game yet? I don't think I have access to that hotel yet, so no. I have not. It's so weird controlling 3 games at the same time, like moving around the map. I'm just so used to like menus that it's like weird to see them all moving at the same time. Trying to use, I'm using the D-pad instead of the roller skates because I tried to control them both with the roller skates. And it was like so inconsistent movement-wise. I thought you were really good at multitasking. Oh, we got desynced. I got stuck on a girl. Freaking girls. Gosh, freaking girls. Am I right? It's so weird to see Fletchling standing on the ground. I got stuck on another girl. Alright, Route 3. Okay. There we go. We're back. Okay. And now I gotta go through the whole ass forest. So entitled. Ah! You're on some other fucking planet today, I'm telling you. Bryson is such a good Pokemon. It's a shame it doesn't evolve. I love Jet Set Radio music. Stop this slander. Delphox is Uggy. It's Uggy. No, it's Uggy. Did you listen to the recent bank robbing music? I added you in Discord. I did. What the hell is this game that you... What is it from? I'm gonna pull it up. Where did you even send it? In what channel? I have no idea. Cool. Let me just check every single one. Song Rex. This is from Zapper. One Wicked Cricket. For the PlayStation 2. It's honestly a cool ass song. It really does sound like I'm breaking into the White House to steal the Declaration of Independence. Yeah, I wish Delphox had some sort of hat. I agree. It would be cool if it made it out of fire or something. It's always these weird ass games that no one's ever heard about or played that have these crazy good songs in them. You should watch Bocano. It's a short anime. Oh, okay. I really want to watch more of Michiko and Hatchet. The little bit of it that I have seen, I really liked. I watched like 10 episodes. This is such a weird ass song. Oh, it's Hatchin, not Hatchet. Shows how much I fucking remember. I remember really liking the Michiko storylines, and then there would be some episodes that only focused on Hachin, and I was like, oh, brother. 2025 will be my anime year. Watch out. Okay. Yeah, I'd like to get into more stuff. I started Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood this year. So far. That's what I've been watching. But I only seen 3 episodes. And I might start it over. Since Dallas is home now. Because originally he was going to be gone for a lot longer. Alright, we're almost there. Okay. Route 2. I would highly recommend ReZero. I've never heard of that. I like more like slice of lifey anime, but sometimes I don't know. No, I don't think I do, because I've actually tried to watch some, and I'm like, oh, this is actually kind of uneventful and boring. I think I really liked. I watched like 4 episodes of Dungeon Meshi, maybe only 3, and I liked that. It's like a calm but eventful show so far. And I think that's my vibe with like anime that I like. This fucking song. She's back. I recommend you keep watching the rest of the season of Dungeon Meshi. I know. It's the only thing is we watch it at night in bed. And then it makes me hungry as fuck. Specifically for like ramen and like noodles and like rice bowls and shit. Okay, sorry, I just had to get into the rhythm of hunting. Alright, first horde. I really hope we get the Fletchling. I would be not thrilled if I got... Oh my god, this game isn't modded. How weird, because I've hunted the elemental monkeys. Maybe that was on my XL. The system was modded, but not the capture card. Well, I'll have to do that real quick. So let me save here. It's very easy to do on this DS. Because it's, the SD card is easy to take out. Wait, so what does modding have to do with it? So normally you cannot get hordes on this route, but my friend Nora modded the game to allow hordes on Route 2. So I need to put the mod file on this 3DS because it doesn't have it. Okay. Drag and drop the game. Drag and drop the file. Download. Okay. Got it. Okay. Copy. Luma. Paste. Okay. That should be it. says open. Oh, I think it's start is the Luma menu on 3DS. Yeah, I just noticed the music's loud. I'm gonna lower it. Is that better? I know I'm not really talking. Yeah, good. Hang on. Okay. Enable game patching is on. So we're good to go. Homebrewing, jailbreaking, whatever you want to call it, on your 3DS is so easy. It can almost completely be done via QR code now. All you need is an SD card reader and a dream. I recommend it to all. Okay, this gives you more time to get your points in. Okay. Now we're good to go. There we go. I don't like that this game is at night. We're gonna reload it again. What is my time on all these? 1540. 1540. Okay. We're just gonna set it to whatever the fuck that is. It's like 2, no, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I've been getting the urge to stream New Leaf. Like, on Animal Crossing days, start in New Leaf, and then do some Pocket Camp, and then some New Horizons. I've talked about them a lot. There were these Animal Crossing YouTubers that I used to watch that were also vloggers in Japan. Their names were Lin and Co. And I was thinking about them the other day, and I was just watching YouTube at night, and I was like, I wonder if they reposted their videos, and they did not. They deleted them all. But one person did re-upload like 10 of them. So I watched their like Animal Crossing launch day 2012 in Japan before America video. Okay, so oh, is this not on? Yeah. Failed. Ugh. Hang on. I'm gonna have to close the game again. I have to connect to internet. There we go. Oh my god, okay. But yeah, I watched a couple of their videos, and it was honestly not smart of me to do that, because then it was 3:30 in the morning, and I wanted takoyaki. Because I watched a video. That's how I learned about what takoyaki was, from their YouTube channel in 2013. They had a vlog of them eating it and explaining what it was. Okay. We're locked in. This should be a horde battle on all 3 games. There we go. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Mira Mangle, but she deleted everything today. Not even her friend Scarlett, who did a lot of videos with her, knows what's going on. So I really hope she's okay. Sorry, I'm moving all my bottom screens on my monitor so I can see them. So I know what I'm selecting. There we go. Scarlett just said she was on a trip to Vegas for the channel, which is weird that she just disappeared like that. Yeah, I really hope she's okay. I hope she, if it's like a anxiety depression thing, I really hope she pulls through. I didn't watch Scarlett's live stream. I honestly didn't even know it happened until Dallas texted me Mira's gone. Because we watch her, especially with a new season of Drag Race. Did she private the vids or straight up delete them? I think she deleted her whole channel. Because I looked for her YouTube channel today and it didn't even show up in search. Her social media's gone. Everything's gone. Wild. Absolutely wild. Very concerning. Did you ever watch that one couple that was like redhead lady and a guy with 3 cats? Is that Rachel and June? I never watched them, but I have heard of them. I don't remember their content being like particularly video game or anime focused. And as silly as it sounds, that was the reason why I watched Lin & Co. And there's another vlogger in Japan. Her name is Sunday Love. She was on America's Next Top Model. And she vlogs in Japan. I haven't watched her in a while though. They used to stream on Twitch, and I watched them the night of the 2016 election because they were live while I was awake at 4 a.m. working on my project. Isn't it wild that like the ways we remember what we were doing on certain days? Like when I think of Pokemon Sun and Moon, I think of the election because the day after I got my review copies like a week in advance, and like I just didn't look at social media all week. One, because I was avoiding spoilers because I knew the game would leak. But also I was just like so depressed that I was like, save me, Alola region, save me. I remember watching the election coverage on the CBS News app on my Xbox One, which was the only thing I ever used that system for. I remember the first human being I saw. It was a guy on a bike at 3 a.m. This year, I kind of don't remember what it was like afterwards. I just remember what we did that day. We went to Chili's, and we were like, it's not looking good. Oh, we went to tennis. Me, Dallas, and Hannah went to tennis, I think, the next day. And then we went to a diner. And it was like kind of healing to be at the park seeing a bunch of other strangers like going on with their day as well. It was tough though. It was tough. I'm not ready. I don't know if this is true, but I guess Trump is holding like a victory rally the day before the inauguration. Like, why? Would you not want the inauguration to be that? Like, I don't... It's so odd. So depressed I didn't go to school because my school was full of wannabe rednecks. I forgot about the inauguration. I wonder what he's going to say about the crowd size. That is what I've heard, Hunter. I'm choosing to not look into it until it happens to protect my own peace. Because it is day 4 of the new year, and crazy shit is already happening. And I got work to do, so. I'm protecting my peace a little bit at the moment. Do we like overalls? Yes, no. Yes. But I always want to wear them, and then I think I look ridiculous. I just haven't found the right pair. And I don't really know how to wear them. Like, do I want them to be, like, tighter and closer to my body, or, like, looser? But the ones I've had have, like, a bizarre fit. I don't know. But I just love the look. You need a Newsies hat to match and no shirt underneath. You need to lean into the muscle. I think you would look cute in overalls. Thank you. I think overall shorts is probably the move for me. Overalls pants, bit of a harder sell for me. I don't really know why that is. But they're so cute. I really want more trousers. Like, I have pants. I have a few pairs of pants. But I want, like, trousers. Like, I want, like corduroy, like, pants. I've been seeing some really cool pants on, like, Instagram ads. And I don't really think I'm going to buy them from Instagram ads. But I will use them on a future mood board. And shop somewhere else for them. Overalls look so good on fat men. Yeah. Would you ever get a mohawk? I've had a mohawk, kind of. I had a really bad haircut in 2017, which was what radicalized me to start cutting my own hair. Because I was like, well, I can go slowly and do it however I want. And I kind of fucking slay now at cutting my own hair. But basically to grow it out, like, I basically had like a mohawk situation for a while. This was the only way it didn't look awkward. It was the craziest bad haircut I've ever had. Like, it wasn't even like, oh, I just don't like how it looks. Like, there were, like, uneven clumps of hair. There was, like, hairs. There was, like, this lock of hair. I remember it so vividly. It was, like, this lock of hair. I basically had, like, a buzz cut, except for this one lock of hair that was so fucking long. I was like, what the hell happened? Because I had been going to that girl for, like, a year, and she slayed every time. And I always tipped very well. I always tipped 50%, because it was pretty cheap. It was, like, but I was going a lot. I used to get my haircut every 3 weeks, and it was, like, $25. So I would tip her, like, 40, 45 or something like that. I don't fucking know the math. And that was when I was, like, streaming and doing YouTube. And I was living at home. So that was, like, my splurging. But I was so, like, the amount of money I have saved by cutting my own hair, like, it's actually so gaggy if I really think about it. Because, like, it's great too, because I really don't like how my hair looks after, like, 5 days of the buzz part grown out. I think it looks like, I just feel like I'm messy, and I don't like the feeling. Like, it overstimulates me, almost. I don't know. I feel, like, tense if it starts to get to that point. So the idea of, like, if I really... So, one, it was, like, stressful when I would like how I look for 5 days after a haircut, and then I'd hate how I look for 2 weeks, because I could not justify going to a hair salon, barbershop once a week. Like, I just couldn't. So I would wait, like, 3 weeks. So it was nice to be able to cut my hair on my own schedule whenever I want, and for free. I highly recommend it. It's a lot harder to do, like, obviously, like, women's hair or longer hair, but I've gotten pretty good at cutting curly hair. Honestly, curly hair is a lot easier to cut because if you like if you cut it a little bad, the curliness kind of disguises it if it's like uneven, but I'm pretty good at it. I cut Dallas's hair pretty often. I have to cut it again soon. Now that he's back. I wouldn't say quite alfalfa, although I haven't had it in a few years because I buzz that part of my hair, but I have a pretty intense cowlick in the back of my head, and I remember I would always have crazy ass bedhead just in that one spot. So every day, I would always shower at night because I didn't have time in the mornings before school, so I'd shower right before bed because it's just nice to get into bed clean, right? And then in the mornings, my hair would be sticking up just right in the back, so I'd have to like wet it like crazy before school. My roommate in college would always be like, oh my god, my hair is so even, and I would not be able to tell because it was like 3C, but she could always tell. Dallas doesn't even, like, when I say like I need a haircut, he's like, what are you talking about? He's like, it looks how it always looks. I'm like, no, it doesn't. And then sometimes I'll even like buzz a part out. I'm like, do you see the difference? And he's like, yeah. But like I literally like after I buzz my hair and then I shower to get like all the little hairs off my neck and everything, and then I'm like if I go sit on the couch or something, I just like feel the like air currents from the air conditioning. I feel like an airbender. Like I feel it on the back of my head and I'm just like, like, woo. But yeah, the first time I have ever been to a hair salon in 7 years was getting my hair bleached back in October. And I said to the guy, I said, be honest, I cut my own hair. Can you tell? And he said, no, actually, it looks really great. It's really well done. And I was like, thank you. That means a lot. I will be going back to him for sure. It was just so easy to talk to him. He was a very nice guy. He was telling me about his wife and his trans child, and they started a charity to teach trans women hair and makeup, but they had to stop during COVID and it doesn't exist anymore. It was cool. And it was so cheap. I think it was like $70. I was expecting to pay like... Quiet, Rube! Yeah, it was really cheap. I was expecting it to be like $200 minimum. So I tipped big because I already took out the cash because I was like, I'm not gonna. I paid via Venmo, but I'm like, I'm not tipping you via Venmo because they will take a cut. So here's your tip in cash, so you can have all of it. And once the cash is out of my account, it's never going back in. So it doesn't exist to me anymore. So I was like, here. Independent small business. Happy to support. Especially because it was the best job ever. And I was so nervous that it was going to go horribly and I was going to burn all my hair off. But it still felt healthy afterward. I had virgin hair. I had never had my hair bleached before or dyed or anything. So, I think that's why it still felt safe and not brittle afterward. I wish I had a big fat rugged beard so I could get it shampooed at the barber. I don't love a long beard on a guy. I do like a beard. I like clean shaven too. But I like when it's like trimmed. Like I like to still be able to see the shape of their face. When it's like really long, like fucking dungeon mastered wizard ass shit, It's a little much for me personally, taste-wise. Senshi Dungeon Meshi Dwarf length. Yeah. It's cute in animation, for sure. And I don't think guys don't look good. Like, I think they look very handsome. So Wolfric is a no, Drayden is a no. No. I don't think you understand what I'm talking about. That is not the length that remotely the length of what I was talking about. They have very, like... Though their beard does not drape down past their whole neck. When Queer Eye, when they rid the overgrown beards, I live. Yeah, like let me find an example of, and like again, I don't think they look bad. I just don't find myself attracted to it. Like, this is a lot. Oh my god, I didn't even notice that it was... I didn't even notice. Okay. Not a good example. Like, this is a lot for me. Even this is a little... It's a lot. It's well groomed, though. As long as it looks groomed, it's not too bad at this length. But it doesn't do it for me in a attraction way. But I don't think the guys look bad with it. Does that make sense at all? Like, I don't think they look ugly. I think it's... I admire the style choice. I wish I could grow a full, even beard like that. I'm nervous to look up anything Squid Game related at this point, Mel. Even if it's the reality show. Because I don't want to see spoilers for season 2. Because I haven't seen it yet. Beards are drag, TBH. Is he AI? He did kind of give AI, yeah. Beards as a second jawline is crazy. Whatever makes you feel confident. I don't... A lot of people make fun of men for disguising if they have a weaker chin with a jawline. Who cares? If it helps them feel confident enough to leave the house, that's all that fucking matters, because it's hard as hell to do some days. Leave the house. Especially if you don't like how you look. As vain as that sounds. If you can't see a chin, is it even real? I don't think so. I don't think so. I would grow out my stubble more if it was at least symmetrical. Like, I do have very patchy facial hair, but where I have it, it's very full. At least. Especially around here, on my chin and stuff. But this side connects, this one stops here. Here I have a full this, but nothing up here. Here, this part is patchy, but my cheek is full. It's so, like, asymmetrical, it drives me fucking crazy. So I shave, like, every other day. Even when I used to have, like, in some of my older VODs, when I had, or I guess like a goatee. It was so exhausting to like every day have to make sure they were even on both sides, because this side would grow up and this side would grow out. And it was so annoying that I just started to do mustache only. Jimmy, can you watch Girl with the Two Dogs 2 on stream? On my YouTube day. Bring it up on my YouTube day. I've been bookmarking video essays and stuff that I want to watch. It'll be my YouTube music video, YouTube/music video day, where I just watch stuff and we talk about it. Which I used to feel kind of weird about doing that, but that is literally all Hassan does all day. So I don't care anymore. Because I'm only stealing like 100 views from the original video. And he's taking like 30,000 ad revenue eligible views. But he is usually taking those views from racist people, so it balances out. They don't deserve them. Can you watch the entirety of Jet Lag, the game? I don't know what the hell that is. Is Pokerogue still going? I was thinking about that. Because I think I had a shiny Fletchling on my team. Or maybe just a regular one. But my Talonflame was a beast in one of my runs. I sent it to you at least once. You never read my messages. You never read my texts. Or respond to them. That is a funny ass emote. Mel, we need something like that. Screenshot that, write that down. You don't send me texts. That is not fucking true. Because I always tell David, I sent this to Anne the other day and she didn't answer me. August 8th. I sent you a meme. It's a screenshot of a text message somebody sent. Saying, hey, I'm really sorry for doing this, but I actually can't take it anymore. You don't like yaoi enough to be with me. I've already told you multiple times I can only date true fujoshis, and you don't fit the criteria. You refused to watch Junjo Romantica last week, and last night you didn't want to read Dear Jean with me on Discord VC, and now I know you're definitely not the one for me. I was already planning on proposing to you when you mentioned you were a fujoshi after we talked about Utapri for 2 hours, but now I can see that you're just some poser who lied to me and wants to see me suffer. I don't know if I can truly forgive you for this, and I'm going to have to stop talking to you for a while so I can heal. Bye. Didn't answer me. I sent you another tweet. In many ways, we are still picking up the pieces of the Bon Appetit Test Kitchen coronavirus implosion. I sent you that July 13th. You didn't fucking respond to me. I send you things often, and you just don't answer. May 12th. You did talk to me a bit in June. You did talk to me in June 22nd. I sent you my Trader Joe's haul. May 12th. I sent you a meme. I sent you a TikTok. It's this guy in a beanie and a red flannel with blonde hair. Blonde and brown hair. And the top comment said... It says, POV, the worst person you ever met outfit. And the top comment says, you did not just do my girl Rachel Amber like that. It wasn't a video. It was screenshots. I found the good parts for you. You didn't even have to watch it. I sent you this tweet of a balcony with Paper Mario and Goomba on it, and you didn't care. Do not pretend that I don't text you. These are all still in the same year. And you don't respond to me. I send you cats as well, often. You didn't read anything I just wrote. I was busy looking through my phone. The Trader Joe's was actually important. Do that more. I plan to. As afraid as I am of the listeria contamination that they continue to face. You think literally anything is so funny as long as it has the word Fujoshi. No, because I only just learned that word, like, 4 months ago. This is horrible. Knowing an online word before you. Unfortunately, Mel, I hate to break it to you, but you probably know a lot more than I do. And we will continue to unpack that as words come up. I didn't know what X-Reader meant until last year. I literally thought it was like a website. Or a program. I only know that because people tag that on Tumblr and clog up the search results. I played a lot of Genshin today. I have so many waypoints. Because I really only played in Mondstadt and Liyue. So I have so many waypoints in like Sumeru and all the other new places in Azuma. So I just walk around and I just get 5 primos every 2 minutes. It's great. Same with opening chests. Can I confess something to you? I uninstalled Genshin completely yesterday and then reinstalled because I'm weak. I was gonna say, that is quite the fucking crisis. Like, yeah, you gotta save money, but I don't think you need to go that fucking insane. So I'm glad you had clarity and reinstalled it, because you need to have things that you enjoy. Hi, Jimmy. How's your Saturday? Pretty good, actually. Dallas came home today. I had Panda Express for dinner. We watched Drag Race. I went for a nice long walk with Ruby this afternoon. We had some alone time, just the two of us, to bond as man and dog. Because I do think she gets a little jealous that Soda's in the picture now sometimes, still. She loves them. They're buddies. They play together all the time. But, you know, she was by herself. She got all the attention for like 3 years. So I do like just Jimmy and Ruby time sometimes. Usually that only happens when I'm up late editing and Dallas is in bed and Soda's asleep. And Ruby will come in here and lay on the floor with me for the last like 3 hours of my edit. So it's nice to have just a walk, just the two of us. Because even that, Soda comes with us. And he's always jumping at her and wanting to play with her while she's trying to poop. So it was nice to just explore with her. I feel like Julian Solomita in his vlogs taking Just Peach out on the town. We've decided on what our next dog will be named. I will wait for Dallas to reveal if he wants us to share it publicly. We would not get another dog until we own a house or are renting a house. Because it's too much. It's already a lot to walk 2 dogs. I tried walking 2 dogs at once while Dallas was gone, and it was a lot. So the idea of 3 dogs and one of us having to hold the leash for 2 of them is wild. Not Obama. But we did think of the name, and it was so cute. And it just like, yeah, I like that. I can see myself saying that every single day about a dog. Don't tell me. Femcell. It's boink, isn't it? I knew it. I'll tell you offline. I can ask Dallas. Dallas! Can I tell them the dog name you came up with? Okay. It's Booster. And it'll probably be a beagle. Isn't that so cute? I was like, Ruby Soda and Booster. Like, that is... He just thought of it on the fly, and it was like, that's perfect. Absolutely. So, someday, probably 3 years from now, Booster. Very orange puffle. Should have been Squatty Potty. My little Booster shot. Oh, my little Booster shot. Oh my god, my baby boy. Or girl. Probably a boy. Probably a little beagle boy. Then Joel and Kim for the 4th and 5th. Is that his real last name? No clue. Kind of fierce. That makes me think of this girl that was in the grade above me named Kayla Lucario. Obviously born several years before Lucario existed. The same year Pokemon actually came out, in 1996, because I'm 97. And I did not know her. I like knew what she looked like. I'd seen her before. But yeah, one time on the loudspeaker, they said, Kayla Lucario, please come to the main office. Kayla Lucario, please come to the main office. And the Mystery of Mew movie had just come out. And I was like... What if it was Kayla Lucario? I don't fucking care. Her name is still Lucario. I should look her up and see how it's spelled. I'm sure she's on Facebook. Or Instagram. I think you have to have a Facebook now if you have Instagram. Right? It's all meta. Which I hate so much. I want to delete my Facebook so bad. But then I remember that it's kind of like a photo archive. For... Like... I don't have any of the devices that any of those photos were taken on anymore. I could always just like download everything and then delete it, but I don't feel like that. I don't feel like doing that. So it just serves as a... Plus, it is really fucking funny when Facebook's like, 13 years ago, here's what you had to say. And it's like, homework. With 0 likes. I just found out that when you post to Instagram stories, they could see it on Facebook. Yeah, you can turn that off. But I found that out the hard way when I posted a gym thirst trap selfie, and one of my friend's moms said, show off. With a winky tongue out emoji, and I was like, I am gonna die. Like for a truth is. Like for a TBH. TBH, I don't really know you. TBH, you sit behind me in class. Like, I used to get that so many times. TBH, we don't talk much. Okay. Did I ever tell you for like 6 years on Facebook my banner said, I only friend my family, do not add me. I'm not gonna be the one to like diagnose you, Mel, but That's not neurotypical behavior. I know you don't relate to the things I say, but it is a spectrum, Diva. Yeah, as to give you a peer review. Being private is not a symptom.
This is like taking candy from a baby, which is fine by me.
I don't know what to say. If it was a tier 3 sub, maybe we could talk about it. I remember I thought I came up with this in 7th grade. I remember saying to my friends, hey guys, I thought this would surely make me sound straight. I said, hey guys, do you know what a Boston cream pie is? And they said no. And I said, it's when you come on her tits and scream, I love the Red Sox.
Don't you feed them?
Yes.
Is this Nora's mod?
Yes.
I'm like, I don't think Fletchling has hordes.
No, it doesn't. This route doesn't have hordes at all.
What the fuck? Nora.
I want her to put chestpin in hordes for me.
That's what we want to do our metronome thing again, but we want her to make us friend safaris with hordes.
That's fun. I noticed none of you guys are laughing at what I said. It's sexist. Yeah. Did you say something funny? No. How did they react? They didn't care. It wasn't very funny. I was eating dinner. Speaking of Nora,
I'm very honored to be in the presence of so many
locals. Hello, Diva. We were just talking about your mod.
This is like taking candy from a baby, which is fine by me.
Dallas just came in here. He was like, how the hell do you have fletchling hordes? And I was just like, Nora, thank you for the 6 months in advance. Thank you so much. Now that the holidays are over, I will send you my 3DS. Because I did not want to bother you over the holidays, and I also did not want it to get lost in the mail. But hello, everybody. Welcome in. My name is Jimmy. I stream pretty often. Not as often as I'd like to nowadays because of work, but we are here. I got a shiny Squirtle last night. Was not my target. I wanted Bulbasaur, and then I wanted Charmander, but I got Squirtle, and that's still good. Because Mega Blastoise shiny will be cool. So I'll go back to that hunt at some point. Oh, did Anonymous tier 3 gift sub? I don't think so. Oh, they did. Oop. I didn't even see that! Please, sir. Please, sir. How did you phase? I didn't phase, really. I was hunting Bulbasaur on one game, Squirtle on... Charmander on another, and then Squirtle. I was hunting one of each on 3 games. And Squirtle was just the one I got instead of the other 2. So, congrats on Squirtle. So cool to see. Are you going to go for the rest? Yes. I needed a break, though, from soft resets, because I was doing that for like half a year, I think. So, I'm doing some hordes. There's some horny Victorian chimney sweep gifting subs in here. Mary Poppins. I love her.
Have you been doing the canned dog food every night too?
Yeah.
When did you open them?
Yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I missed you, my man. And my
Ruby,
Ruby.
get your ass down.
Oh my god. My Shayla. My Shayla.
I took NyQuil.
crying. Why are you crying, Ruby?
I took NyQuil.
He's home. He's just fine now.
I took NyQuil. I took NyQuil.
Jimmy! My mom!
You think when you do your reel, they'll include the part where you say, wait, I could do that one better? or will they cut it out?
Yeah, I'm... In a few months when I can afford it, I'm gonna have a professionally recorded and mixed voice acting reel, potentially. Thinking about my dad asking me, what do you call someone who cleans a chimney? And I had to be like, chimney sweep. Oh, was it Slayus Mama sending me all the really horny gift subs? Because that is such a haters to lovers arc I never expected.
Excuse me?
Excuse me? I didn't know you were there. So that's where that affiliate check is going. Into subs for me. Got it. Not to derail, but I'm playing Emerald right now, and could you imagine what the hell that would be having to work in a volcano? Yeah, like a clearly active volcano too, because it is constantly spewing ash. Buy my cookies. Please buy my cookies. Buy my lava cookies. When will you get a pearl necklace for future jump scares? Honestly, I should get other kinds of necklaces other than chains. Although, I gotta say, the straight men are pearl necklacing down. Pearl necklace and a mesh shirt. And they're a 1 on the Kinsey scale. What fucking year is it? They paint their nails, they got acrylics. Just guys being dudes. What the hell is happening in Joe Biden's America? The woke. What is your unwokest opinion? Let's not let's not get rid of toxic masculinity too much. Let's leave something for the gays, please. Remember in 2010 that would be called Metro? I used to, in like 8th grade, I like clung to the label Metro. Bitch, the only thing Metro about me is Metro North train station that I take to the gay clubs. Oh my god. Have I missed any plot twists today? No. Nothing crazy. Just your usual. How have I been live for almost 2 hours already? Oh my god. When I was younger, I thought metrosexual meant being attracted to cars and trains. I need to let the record show I've only gifted a sub to Monet Exchange. And was it crispy? Oh my god, I'm already crying. Why are you guys all acting weird towards me? I need to play Squid Game Roblox with proximity chat on. I have been seeing so many clips of people playing that on TikTok. And it's fucking crazy. Proximity chat would be so wild. It's crazy. As Sims PR manager, Slayas Mama is unemployed and does not have money for that. The PR being, this is a broke ass motherfucker. Who is Floptina Dupree McGillicuddy and is broke as shit. Call Me Poor isn't working. I have to set up my bot on my new computer. Oops. 20 followers. Flop. And loves Cinnamon Girl. Cinnamon in my ear. Sometimes I think about Lana Del Rey on SNL. And I love that she kept that performance up on her YouTube channel. She was like, I'm gonna monetize it. Okay, we secured Rayquaza, so now... Have you ever tried to eat pure cinnamon? No. But one time my dad was singing Mary Poppins. I think it's Mary Poppins. And he said, a spoonful of cinnamon makes the medicine go down. And I was like, first of all, that's not the lyric. Second, it is impossible to swallow cinnamon. Your body will reject it violently. The lyric is sugar. I'm just gonna ride this shitty ass song out. Do you ever think about how cinnamon is tree bark? Yes, because one time I went to the New York Botanical Garden and they it was at the children's exhibit because I was like 6, and they let you have like hands-on with like a bunch of like plant life and stuff like that. And I remember they gave me a stick of cinnamon. They were like, this is cinnamon, smell it. And I smelled it and I was like, And then I went and it was like impossible to bite and disgustingly dry because it was bark. They were like, oh, let's not do that. But I got to take it home, probably because they didn't want it back. Do you ever think about how salt is rocks? Yeah, and it fucks me up because pepper is not. Vegan, sustainable. It's kind of crazy. How do we find out how to eat this shit? I think that all the time. Oh, clicking in my analog stick is the home button on this thing. Shrimp is bugs. I think I knew that. Rock eaters stand up. That one lady on American Horror Story on My Strange Addiction who ate rocks and yet her teeth were in better shape than mine. I was like, damn. They were like crooked, of course, but like clearly like no cavities, not chipped or anything. Especially the stuff that kills you if you cook it wrong, like pufferfish. I know that there's, I think there are people in the world that, well, first of all, there like people do eat bugs, like crickets and stuff in other countries. It's like a delicacy. But I don't know where I heard this, but like there are like a lot of people want us to make the switch to eating bugs rather than animals. I saw someone on TikTok get accidental shark teeth shaping in their entire mouth. What the fuck? What do you mean accidental? Honestly, that is scary as fuck. Because it is more environmentally efficient. Bugs are the future protein source. Yeah, that must be what I heard then, because yeah. I think I would sooner go plant-based everything than bugs. If we had to really stop eating animals, I think I'd be like, okay. Because then I would, like, I don't know. Nuts give protein, beans, yeah. Ate a scorpion lollipop once, it was disgusting. There was this one interviewer on the Sonic 3 press tour that gave everybody a little bottle of, I think it was tequila, with a scorpion in it. And everyone in the interviews were like, "Ooh, I'm not drinking that." I would. I'm not really grossed out by that kind of stuff. I've eaten bull penis. Weirdly though, I don't think I could do testicles. One of my earliest memories being playing with a wriggling pupa on a plate, and then the next time I saw them, they were dead and steamed. Oh my god. The taste of the scorpion was gross to me. I think if anything is prepared with enough flavor, I would eat it. Like a cricket or something like that. I think crickets are a very common delicacy. In France, they eat snails, right? Or slugs. I learned somewhere that ice is technically lava. We'll fact check that one. Cause I don't know if no. No. Slugs can give you brain-eating parasites. So can lakes. Do you want to know how farmers castrate a bull? I don't know if I do. Is it different than any other animal? The Wetsies are improv prompting down right now. Yeah. Ice is water, babes. I don't understand how ice can be lava because lava is molten rock and ice is a solid. Yeah, water would be lava. And if my grandmother had wheels, she would be a bike. It's the vibes of this topic is kind of giving is cereal a soup, into which I say, please be more interesting person. Please, I beg of you. Is a hot dog a sandwich? Please, please be more interesting to talk to. I'm begging you. Do beverages exist? What the hell does that mean? The way a class ended early in college when a guy asked if Pop-Tarts are ravioli. So stupid. It's so fucking stupid. It's such like come to the dark side, we have cookies vibes. I mean, there is such thing as a beverage, or could everything be classified as a food? Where is the line? As a child, I did think that we had two stomachs, one for food and one for drinks. What the hell is going on this day with this fucking controller? It requires movement of the jaw that it leaves the beverage half of the Venn diagram. Okay, give us an interesting topic. I have. Multiple times today. Has anyone else here artificially inseminated a cow before? I had an alien abduction dream last night. And how'd it go? Jimmy, thoughts on my dream where I dreamed that the little spoons at work were in my house instead? Wow. I thought we had pipes in our throat for food, water, and air. You do have a breathing, like, it kind of, in a way. Like, when you're breathing, a different part of your esophagus opens up than when you're eating. But yeah, I can see how a child would think that because of the phrase, it went down the wrong pipe. Something that I say often because I breathe through my mouth a lot when I'm talking. And I will sometimes talk and eat. Not talk with my mouth full though. Like I'll be like, yes, exactly. And then I start chewing. But sometimes that fucks me up. I'm not like. What the hell are you guys doing? Soda! Soda boy! My son! My baby boy! My son. If Pokemon was real, do you think humans would still be directly related to like monkey and ape Pokemon? I think it's implied that humans evolved from Pokemon in the actual game lore. Probably. Hi. They were pretty excited to see Dallas, but they've been so on edge all day because of the maintenance guys in the hallway, and he had a hat on that they did bark at him when he first came in. And then when they realized it was him, they started kissing him. Hi. I don't like the implication we're making that evolution is real. Allie and AJ 15 years ago. Hi. No, he's not barking at Scooby anymore. See you later. I thought Pokemon came from outer space and humans already existed. Have we discussed Drag Race yet, or are we waiting? I did see it today. I don't really feel like it's like there's anything to spoil. Nobody is going home yet, which has been typical for the premieres of this show for like years, so I don't consider that a spoiler. It was good. I really liked this cast once we actually got to like see them in the workroom. I like how Michelle was immediately sick of the girl with the alternative makeup. That shit bothers me so much. I have a lot of respect for Michelle Visage, and I think she is infinitely more qualified than I will ever dream to be to judge on Drag Race. But I really find some of her critiques these last few seasons really upsetting. She'll just be like, I've seen enough Marie Antoinette looks. I don't want to see him anymore. That's not a critique. Because, like, the looks, they're still giving. They're still great looks. Like, sorry, capitalism has caused there to be 5,000 seasons of this show. So that is a critique that I dislike. And then another one she said on Drag Race UK this past season, when she was like, I'm tired of seeing drag queens wear spikes. What the fuck? Like, we're just gonna, like,
I'm very
cut
honored
out
to be in the
entire
presence of so
styles
many
now?
Locals.
So that bothered me. Quick Panic. Thank you for the raid. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for the raid. My name is Jimmy. I don't shiny hunt often. I'm more of a variety streamer, but lately I've been really in my shiny hunting bag. I got my shiny Squirtle last night, so I'm finally moving on to other hunts. But yeah, thank you so much, Quick Panic. And thank you for shouting out Quick Panic. Whichever one of my mods did that, I appreciate it. Hello, Comet. Hello, Cozy Burrito Blanket. Hello, Plock Rock. Congrats on Squirrel. Thank you. Going for Fletchling now on my badge quest. And then, yeah, I really find it so frustrating that it's always the alternative queens on Drag Race. It's like, it's almost baffling to me that they still make this critique, because it's been made fun of from the viewers so often that you'd think like someone would fucking tell them to stop saying this. Because they told Ross Matthews to stop telling people their looks look crafty. He stopped doing that. But it drives me nuts that it's always like the queens with like an alternative style makeup that are asked to show versatility, and we just want to see one glamorous look. I know it's your signature makeup that sets you apart from the other 3,000 contestants that have been on this show, but change it up. But like a queen that does pageant drag every week, still valid, doesn't get that same critique. Either give it to everyone or don't give it at all. It bothers me so much. And like, it's season 17 and they're still saying that shit. It drives me nuts. But I still love Michelle. I want them to bring back What's the Tea. I love that podcast. Dawn saying Morphine had the same makeup every week. Kind of gag. Yeah. And like, did Morphine look amazing? Yeah. And it's not a problem that she had the same makeup every week. But the judges made it a problem for Dawn because her mug is more alternative. Makes me mad. Lexi's my new Sasha Colby. My standouts were Corey King, Lexi, and Susie too. And Lucky Stars. That's like my 4 for the season, I think. But I really liked everybody. I didn't really connect with anyone immediately from the Meet the Queens this year because they don't know how to ask good questions that like get the girls to say something that's like interesting. Like it's what would you do if someone came for you? But you can't spoil the whole season by saying exactly what you would really do. So make something up. Like, it's stupid. I want to know like more about their history and shit like that. It's just annoying. But getting to like actually get to know everybody in their introductions in the workroom and seeing them interact with each other was great. The queens were so fun, and then Katie was there. I will say, I have heard over the years that Katy Perry is very good to drag queens. I've heard Miley Cyrus is very good to drag queens. I have heard Taylor Swift is very good to drag queens. And that's important. So, do you think she actually knew Joella? I think so. I think she did. Dallas kept joking that he's like, she's like, I won't say it on camera, but that restraining order is active. They had multiple pictures, like a lot of pictures together, so I feel like she would remember her. Chapel Roan is a drag queen, so of course she would be good to drag queens. I love Chapel. I go in and out of having sympathy for Katy Perry because on the one hand, like, she really is like a decade-defining pop star, but a lot of the reasons why people dislike her nowadays are completely her own fault because she aligns with bad people that are known as known bad people and then works with them anyway, so Sag. How would you feel about getting a shiny Pidgey? I would like it more if it was a Mega Ruby because it could Mega Evolve, but it can't in X and Y. Which, when that was one thing that Pokemon did back in Gen 6 that I was like, oh, they're a different company now. Not patching X and Y to work with the Megas from Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. I was like, oh. Hello, RCS. Welcome in. My grandparents got me Rise and Fall of Midwest Princess on vinyl with the player. That's so cool. X and Y got done so dirty. Yeah, I really do like Kalos as a region, but I think X and Y as like games are definitely mid. But compared to what we get now, they're great. But for a while they were like my second least favorites. But then, you know, last couple gens have been rough. Except for RCS. Big flaw of this game is that it could have been in Z at least. I am of the firm belief that they should do it right the first time. I'm tired of what other company could get away with. Our first attempt was like kind of mid, so a year later we made a slightly better version for the same price, so you gotta buy it again. Like, in the age of DLC and, like, patching games, that shit is over for me. I don't put up with it anymore. Yeah, Ultra Sun and Moon, like, literally was like, this is the most egregious it's ever been. Because now there's 2 versions. This game would be better if it was different. If it was not this. I am looking forward to Legends ZA though. I'm excited to finally learn more about it soon. Because I'm nervous. I really like Scarlet Violet, like, deeply hurt me. I had to do some serious soul searching about how much I get my happiness from my interests, especially those tied to capitalism. After Scarlet and Violet. And I didn't, the soul searching I ended up doing was I play Fortnite now. That is what I basically discovered, is just play something else. I think I broke my toenail. I haven't checked, but it feels really painful when it touches something. We had Pal World for a bit. Dude, the performative outrage over Pal World, oh my god. You all, not you specifically, the general people who were like, had to all have their little like think pieces on Twitter about why Pal World was bad, are the reason why it sold as many copies as it did. You did exactly what Pal World was looking to do, which was to be controversial for a week, make a bunch of money up front, and then fade into obscurity with millions. And it worked. I was watching this one art streamer stream Scarlet Violet, and they were like, I don't know what everyone's so mad about. This is my favorite Pokemon game. I wish that I didn't give a fuck about anything as much as that. Like, I am actually envious of that, I feel. I wish I was that way about games, because I am like that about movies. But I'm not that way about TV shows. If I watch a bad movie, I kind of don't give a fuck. Maybe because it's a lot smaller of a time investment, and it's relatively inexpensive to rent or stream a movie. But if I'm watching a bad TV show or playing a bad video game, that shit pisses me off the entire time. I'm such a fucking critic. But I'm not like that about movies. And that's really like and like art. Cartoons, I'm not like that. Even if like there's like a if there's like a bad cartoon, I'll typically just like stop watching it, I guess. But I tend to be less of a hater on a bad cartoon than I am about like a bad scripted Hollywood TV show. But yeah, I think it's because movies are a lot smaller of a commitment of my time. It's worse for something to be boring than anything else. True. I think with movies, a bad movie is often more likely to be camp than a bad TV show. Somehow. The only camp bad video game is Shadow the Hedgehog. That is a camp, moderately good video game in my mind. Curse of modern Star Wars, too afraid to be campy bad like the prequels, end up just being dull and forgettable. I know a lot of people who love the prequels. And some of them did grow up with them, but a lot of them are older people that were adults when those movies came out and are like, actually, they're just different. They're not bad. I can genuinely understand the letdown because they have very different vibes from the original. That said, I love them. I think more people that I know that are into Star Wars of any age group hate the Disney era Star Wars movies more than any complaints they've ever had with the prequels. Except for Rogue One, which I've heard is like the greatest fucking movie ever. Which I'd love to watch. Because I've seen the 4, 5, 6. I watched those last year for the first time. I had seen episode 4 before, and I saw episode 7 in theaters. And I saw episode 8 in theaters. Were you ever a Transformers fan? No. Not really. I was never really into things that were marketed as like for boys. Like, I didn't really care about like G.I. Joes or wrestling. Obviously not that only boys enjoy those things, but like the commercials for them are always like extreme, and it's always like little boys playing with them. But I didn't like girly things either. I liked like Pokémon. I did watch and partake in a lot of girly things growing up. Not just because I'm gay, but because I have a younger sister. And like, those Barbie movies, Barbie Rapunzel, they fucking eat. Barbie Nutcracker. They're just good. Like, they put a lot of care into those movies. I enjoyed them as a kid. Are trains gender neutral? I would say so. I never really saw commercials as a kid for Thomas the Tank Engine stuff, specifically. Speaking of Thomas, the original Thomas the Tank Engine books, which the show was based off of, were made by a man named Rev W. Audrey or something like that. I don't remember his name. But the TV show, which is arguably what everyone knows Thomas for, was created by a woman named Britt Allcroft. And she passed away a few days ago at the age of 81. A trailblazing woman who created an incredibly iconic pillar of many children's lives, including mine. So I was very sad about that. Is that not common knowledge? What? That she passed away? I follow like Thomas YouTube channels, and I didn't even know about it until like days after it happened. Audrey making the show. Probably not. I mean, if you're a Thomas fan, yes. But like, I don't think the average person knows more than Thomas, the character, let alone who created it. But I didn't know that Britt Allcroft, I knew the name because I like fucking neurodivergently read the back of every single VHS that I had as a kid. And I memorized her logo for her like production company or whatever. And I would draw it on paper. But I had no idea Britt Allcroft was a woman until like fucking 3 years ago. I didn't even know it was a person. I thought it was like a production company. The average person doesn't know more than Thomas makes it sound like Thomas is very smart. New age Thomas would probably depict him as this like fucking just goody two shoes, like never does anything wrong, kind of flawless character. But old school Thomas episodes, Thomas is a little selfish bitch, and I love it. Who gets humbled all the time, and it's so good. Pretty much all the trains on that show are little narcissists, except for Edward and Toby. I found all of season 1 and 2 of Thomas on YouTube, and I just I had no idea that each episode was like 5 minutes long. The amount of story they are able to cram into that and make it feel, it literally felt like each episode was like an hour as a kid. I got through the entire fucking first season in an hour. What do you think Ho-Oh and Lugia represent? I kind of feel like they're a little different than the other godlike Pokemon. I feel like we know what they represent, right? Like, Ho-Oh's a phoenix. It represents, like, life. And Lugia, like, guards the sea or whatever. I don't know. Lugia's not as clear because it was just made for a movie, and they were like, actually, let's do a game with it. Lugia is mother. The maternal Pokemon. I was always a Lugia girly. I definitely think I liked Lugia more as a kid, but as I've gotten older, especially with Heart Gold Soul Silver and like the cutscenes they did for that game, I think I like Ho-Oh more. Gugia. Gugia. My favorite Pokemon. Did I watch the Thomas movie on YouTube? Or on stream? I think I did. I think I, like, streamed it sometime last year. I think I just was like, I don't care if I get copyright striked. We're watching this together. Yeah, I did. I definitely don't have the VOD anymore because I didn't want to get copyright. But I think I put it on while I drew. Is the layout subtly twitching or am I insane? I mean, the Fletchling is moving. I did watch a bunch of Thomas videos on stream as well, yes. The Unlucky Tug. Great YouTube channel. If you like Thomas. Very good YouTube channel. Highly recommend. I didn't think about Thomas the Tank Engine. I really had not thought about Thomas the Tank Engine since I was 8 until like last year. And I was like, I actually think this is one of the greatest shows ever produced. And I really like, that was the first time I had felt genuine nostalgia in a long time. Because I interact with things that I grew up with almost daily. Like, I replay old Pokemon games all the time and have been since they came out. Like, there's never, like, Sonic, I probably replay Sonic Adventure 2 like once a year and like replay levels I like multiple times a month. But Thomas the Tank Engine was something I have not... That was, like, one of the things I was really into as a kid. Like, before Pokemon and before Sonic and everything, before video games, Thomas was, like, my fucking shit. I was Thomas 2 Halloweens in a row. And sometimes I would just wear my costume around the house. Hi, Danny. Also... If you are a the pipeline from Thomas the Tank Engine to Sonic the Hedgehog fan is very real. And have you ever noticed that Thomas's color scheme is blue, red, and yellow? Sonic is blue with red shoes with yellow buckles and white accents. Same as Thomas. And they both move at high speeds. Thomas is a train. They go fast. Sonic runs fast. 8. Thank you for the 18 months. Thank you, thank you. Sonic is faster. Well, yes. Thomas is a steam engine, not a bullet train. Wait, because you're cooking. Exactly. Hello, Terradano. Like... I'm onto something here. I never even considered the possibilities of making Thomas the Tank Engine videos for YouTube, the same way I did Sonic ones. Congrats on Squirtle. Thank you, Danny. What's it like to find a shiny? I gagged. Needless to say. Dinosaurs and trains are like two pillars of autistic special interests. Literally, my little cousin who is showing signs of neurodivergency of some sort, is his dinosaurs are his favorite thing. He is 4 and he can name every single one. I can't even pronounce the most common ones correctly, typically. And his favorite thing to do is go on YouTube on his iPad and watch dinosaur figure unboxings and toy reviews. And now he is getting into Pokemon. It's literally like the parallel of my life. Just in a different font. It's so wild. The first time he interacted with me, he was very shy. And he did not want to talk to me. And then he started getting to Pokemon. And my aunt told him that I know about Pokemon. So she called me because he had a bunch of questions. And he was like, do you know Squirtle? And I was like, I do. I love Squirtle. And he was like, and do you know Charizard? And I was like, I do. And then I sent him a bunch. I blew his fucking mind. I sent him pictures of my dinosaur and dragon Pokemon figures, like Tyrant and stuff. He got a Squirtle plushie at Target, apparently. And he got Pokemon cards for Christmas. So I'm hoping to go home in July if my family does another reunion and get to talk to him in person. Do you remember the episode with the sentient boulder? Yes! Yes, 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 yes. I literally referenced that scary-ass boulder chasing Rusty all the time. The anxiety and fear that I fucking got from that damn boulder. It's literally just an episode where this perfectly spherical boulder rolls down a mountain and then just rolls and chases. It like is rolling and Rusty is just trying to escape it. He's just trying to go as fast as he can to get out of the way. And it's not sentient. But at the end of the episode, at night, when the boulder is in its new resting place, it flashes a fucking face onto it for a split second. I still have a Rusty toy and the boulder with the face on it. I never had the boulder. I just used a baseball. But I had a Rusty toy as a kid, and I guess I left it at the park, and I was gutted. And my parents bought me a new one, and they were like, we found it. Which is so cute. Do you remember the episode of Pingu with the creepy walrus? I did not grow up watching Pingu. I thought it was just trains and humans, not even the animal. No, the animals in Thomas are not sentient. And the boulder is not actually sentient. They just anthropomorphized it out of fear. Like, they imagine it has a face. Because it's scary as fuck to, like, not be able to get off of the track to escape the oncoming boulder. Because you are a train. So you just have to keep running in a straight line until it slows down. Basically. Yes, there's a episode where Henry is, like, going through a scary foggy forest and he sees like a house in the distance with a silhouette of a person in the window, and it's fucking scary looking. I grew up with New Gen CGI Thomas. I only grew up watching the like diorama, like train sets filmed with a camera era. There was a period where I didn't watch Thomas for like 2 years. It wasn't stop motion. It was not actually stop motion. It was automated models that they would film. Like real functioning models with motors that they would film. They might have utilized stop motion in certain scenes, but the bulk of it were just still shots of dioramas, like train sets. Which is part of the reason why I love the show so much, because it really, like, it felt like you could recreate what you see on the show in your bedroom on your train table. My dad built me a train table, and we would make designs on it together. And then one time he showed me his old metal Lionel trains from when he was a kid in like the 60s and 70s, and I gagged. I should ask him if he'd be willing to let me have them. He's cleaning out my childhood home to sell it. So, that'd be kind of cool to have if we ever have like a house and I have more room to display things. Put some of the trains in like a china cabinet, but instead it's vintage trains. You should make a 4-hour video essay about these, Thomas, called The Deeply Human Horrors of Being a Train. That is such a 2024, 2025 era YouTube title. YouTube saying they're cracking down on clickbait thumbnails 10 years after people stopped doing clickbait. Literally every fucking YouTube video is now is like the uncanny melancholy horrors of Fairly Odd Parents. The Kablam era or shit. Nobody's doing clickbait anymore. Now I want to rewatch Thomas. I don't remember much. It's so good. I really love the George Carlin dub. I know a lot of like, I remember being so excited. One of my British friends back in the day, I found out that he grew up with Thomas as well, and I was so excited to connect with him about it. And then he was like, "You didn't grow up with the Ringo Starr version. You grew up with the inferior version." And I was like, "Okay, I guess we won't talk about this together because that's fucking annoying." Really fun. Thank you for that. Like, fuck you. Yeah, Ringo. Everybody's favorite Beatle. The one everyone fucking knows. Oh, I didn't finish my story. So yeah, so I grew up in a pretty Irish neighborhood, and I went to one of the Irish delis one time, and I had not really interacted with Thomas. I was like, I think a second grader. And I probably was still playing with Thomas in like first grade, but as a kid, it feels like it's been 5 years. So I guess I just like hadn't thought about Thomas in a long time. And then I went to the deli to get bagels with my dad, and they had a bunch of like British and Irish like magazines that they would import. My grandpa used to get the Irish newspaper once a week to like catch up on stuff and read it whenever he visited. And they had a Thomas magazine one time that came with like a Thomas plastic kazoo as like a bonus toy. And that like reignited my like interest in Thomas for a few months. And I found out about the CGI show that was airing on, I found out the channel somehow. The like US version of the channel, because it was a British magazine. So I found out that it was airing in the US. My mom probably Googled it or something. Or ask.com, Ask Jeeves, whatever fucking year it was. And I started watching the CGI one, and I remember not liking it as much. It felt a lot more like preschooler oriented than the original series. But I thought some of the new trains that they introduced were really cool. I really liked, I remember they were 3, these were like the last time I ever got Thomas for Christmas. It was, I think, her name was like Elizabeth. There was one named Spencer who was like a silver, like, bullet train. And then there was like one, like, gold color, like caramel colored train. That was like Gordon size. And I remember I got them, all 3 of them for Christmas. And I think that was like about the end of my Thomas era. Yeah, I think it was Murdoch. Yeah, I think you're right. That sounds familiar. But yeah, I remember liking it. I remember liking it enough, but it definitely, the vibes were weird. I don't think I realized it was CG. I just it didn't click to me yet that it was a different art style. But I liked it enough. But then, you know, there are people that are Thomas fans for life, and I'm not saying you shouldn't be. But I was getting a little older, and the series was definitely pivoting to be more preschool oriented. So by 3rd grade, I kind of tapped out. I was deep into Pokemon. I had learned about Sonic. I was big into Mario. So video games and like playing with my Pokemon toys, like that. If I was gonna ask my parents to get me any kind of toy, it was like one of those 3. Especially because like none of my friends wanted to play Thomas with me ever to begin with, even when we were literally like 4 and 5. So there was that too. My friends were into Pokemon for like 3 years. 2.5. So I capitalized on that while I could. I never watched Theodore Tugboat. But I remember I watched one episode of it randomly on TV one time, and I really thought I hallucinated that show until I was an adult and I could look it up on the internet. And I realized, oh my god, that was a real thing that I saw. How do you feel about the new Flash animated Thomas cartoon? I haven't looked into it. I don't know what's going on with modern Thomas. The only things I've revisited are the stuff I grew up with. I only remember Elizabeth as the one girl that wasn't Lady. Don't discount Mavis. She was the one girl trained before Lady. So there's at least 3. Annie and Clarabelle barely count. Their whole thing is just being carried around all day. Oh yeah, maybe it was Emily that I had and not Elizabeth. I need to look up what Elizabeth looks like. Elizabeth Thomas. Train. Oh, Elizabeth was like a bus looking character. I don't think I had her. I definitely had Emily, who is a train. Yeah. It was Emily, Spencer, and Murdoch. That's who I got. My favorite growing up was Thomas. But I also really liked James. My sister, her favorite was Percy. So I always think of her whenever I see Percy in anything. I had a lot. And I know my dad didn't get rid of them. They're definitely in my attic. I'd love to go through them. Put them on my shelf. That'd be so cute. put them in my cubbies, all color-coded. I don't have any of my Thomas VHSs anymore, though. One of my sister's friends was... Her little brother was getting into Thomas, so my parents gave them all my VHS tapes. And I remember being so upset. Even though I hadn't watched them in like 4 years. I was just like, but... You were probably too old for Chuggington by the time it came out. Oh, yeah. Like, yeah. For sure. I was a trained kid, but I was not a trained teenager and adult. But I honestly would love to become a trained adult, because I do find, like, taking trains to be one of the most meditative experiences I could ever possibly take. One of my favorite parts about dating a guy who lived in Boston was I would take the Amtrak a lot to go see him in the winter, and it was just like, ugh. Like, I just felt so fucking serene. But yeah, I actually don't know too much about, like, different kinds of trains, the history of trains. I should watch some train documentaries. I don't give a fuck about planes. Trains, I could listen to. Even cars, I could listen. Even though I hate the auto industry. I could stomach a documentary about cars. But a plane, I literally don't give a fuck. And I know that is literally one of the most insane inventions humans have ever created. Like, that's cool. But, like, I don't give a fuck about the difference between a Boeing this, a Boeing that. They're all gonna crash anyway. Because this is a fucking unregulated, evil, capitalistic enterprise industry. I don't fucking care about them. There was a guy who came into my work and told me he loved trains when he was a kid and now worked for the railroad company and loves it. That is honestly so cute to me. That is really cute. I used to live near a train station when I grew up in New York and stuff, and my grandpa sometimes would walk me down to the train station and we'd just sit and watch trains pass. He really snatched JJ the Jet Plane's wig. Have any of you tried to watch JJ the Jet Plane at all recently? It's often discussed, but what a absolutely horrifying looking show. I also watched trains growing up in the middle of the Bronx, in the middle of the projects, in the middle of the night. I had a JJ the Jet Plane toy that was made of wood, similar to Thomas trains. All my Thomases were wood. They did start converting to metal, but they didn't fit on any of the tracks that I had previously that were made for the wooden trains, and they were smaller in scale, and they did not mix well with my existing collection, and I really did not like them. I just know it was good to chew, though, the wooden ones. My sister would fucking chew on my trains. And I would get so upset. I never chewed on them. But she would. Because she was 2 years younger than me. Usually it was just the ones she really liked. Like my Percy. I bet if I went through my fucking box of trains, Percy would have teeth marks. In the bottom part, where it's like black and it says his name and the wheels are connected. I bet there's fucking teeth marks in that shit. The metal ones were the ones I had because they were more on model. I was uptight about that shit at age 5. I remember in the 2000s, like a little bit, like I had a bunch of Thomas trains probably from when like I was like 3 so like 1999 to 2001. But I think in 2002 they started producing a Thomas with a slightly bigger face because it was more like the modern design of like the posters and stuff. And I remember seeing it in the Toys R Us catalog that they would put out before Christmas. I remember putting on my Christmas list big face Thomas because I wanted the new version. Because mine had like, you know, I had it when I was really little. So like the corners, any corner was like dulled and the paint had come off and like his eyebrows had worn away. So it was time for an upgrade. I remember one time I got the Thomas that came with a snow plow. And it snowed that Christmas. And I went outside and I plowed the snow with my little Thomas with the snow plow. When I was younger, my dog ate one of my Little Pony toys. I cried. The only things my dog ate when I was a kid, one was my Burger King Diddy Kong toy that I got from one of my cousins who got it in like 1993 or some shit. And I eventually did, once I started making money from YouTube and I had some income, I went immediately to eBay and bought a replacement. But yeah, she chewed his arms off and then she chewed my cartridge for Pokemon Pearl. I hated Cars, the movie, even as a kid. I thought it looked stupid. I was like, this is dumb, I don't want to watch this. And it would sometimes come on Disney Channel, and I would like try to watch it. I was like, this sucks. And I watched it all the way through for the first time like 3 years ago. And I was like, I hate this. It's kind of a boring movie, and it weirdly has a lot of commentary, and like, I'm not going to go as far to say dog whistles, but it's definitely like small town conservative America propaganda. Like, that's the vibe. Like, that feels like the viewpoint of like the thesis of the movie. And you clock that even as a kid? No. I clocked that as an adult when I finally watched the movie. But as a kid, I just was like, this looks stupid, I don't want to watch it. I remember before it came out, I remember I used to think Adventure Time looked stupid because the commercials were fucking annoying. But then I watched it when it premiered and I was like, oh, this is actually the best show ever. I need to catch up on Adventure. I need to like watch all of it because I've only seen the first like. I don't remember a lot of it, but I watched Adventure Time all the way up to when Bubblegum falls into the like acid and she's young for a while. That was like when I stopped watching, not by choice. I just kind of didn't keep up with it. I fell behind and then I never caught up. So I really wanted to start Adventure Time from the beginning and like slowly make my way through all the way. Because I have one of my friends, my friend Nicole, is a freaking storyboard artist on Fiona and Cake. And I'm like, oh, I want to watch what you did for the show. But I want to like understand what's happening because it's a very plot-driven show. One time I stayed home from school sick. I probably was faking it. I did that a lot. Hi, Rudy. And I was playing Leaf Green. I just started a new game. And I like encountered a Weedle, but I guess I fell asleep before I looked at it. And I woke up hours later to my DS light blinking red. And there was a shiny Weedle on my screen. And I frantically caught it and saved the game. And I have it in, I think it's in BDSP now. Hi, Rooney. My girl! My girl! My confirmation name was Thomas. Because of the train. I wanted it to be Blaze, but then someone told me, because of Blaze the cat, but then someone told me it was gay, so I picked Thomas instead. And I don't even believe in God anymore, so it doesn't fucking matter. And honestly, it was gay as hell, so. Hi, Scooby. You licking my foot, you freak? Dallas is home. Can you believe it? He's home. He's finally home. I stole my friend's Glaceon plush because my crush would play Glaceon. I still have it. Well, we have a surprise guest. The friend you stole it from. Come on in. Are you going to play the new Fantasy Life? I never played the original. Is it like a remake or is it like a new game? Because maybe. I heard the original was really good. I just never got into it. I had too much other things to play at the time. Brand new? Cool. Yeah, I'll try it. Why not? It's like Miitopia. Ooh, fun. I think they put the original on Switch, right? Didn't they remake it? Or port it? Did someone say Fantasy Live? Yes, sirree! I got a bigger plate from Panda today, so I have a little extra orange chicken as a surprise treat for later. I've been playing Genshin again. I don't know if I would stream it, though. I feel like I am often... I don't ever want to do... like... I just feel like the stuff I do in Genshin is more fun when I have like a podcast on in the background. Or like I'm talking to friends on Discord about something and I'm just kind of like mindlessly collecting mushrooms. But I think doing the story could be kind of interesting on stream. The only thing is, I do like that the game is voice acted. But for streaming purposes, it feels weird for me. Especially because Genshin cutscenes are very long. It feels weird to me to sit here not saying anything for like 3 straight minutes. It like goes against everything in my like nature as a yapper. Like I feel weird being silent for that long. I have not pulled on this current banner. I'm waiting for the next one because I think there's going to be a hot guy on it. Rumor has it. Ridesley, I think is his name. I did get Shalonen. So I re-downloaded the game like 2 months ago or whatever, or a month ago. And with all of my like, welcome back to playing the game, free primos, I pulled Shalonen. And then I stopped playing again just because I was busy playing Marvel Rivals and other stuff. But yeah, I have plenty of fates from like doing quests and opening chests and waypoints and revisiting the game because they've been giving me welcome back primos. But I'm saving them for the next banner because I have so many Genshin characters that I've pulled over from like when I was playing the game that I haven't built. I haven't built up. And I have characters that I main that like are still not built enough. So I'm like, I don't need to keep pulling for more characters when I have plenty right now. As cool as Moika is, because it is cool to watch her. I did the trial, and it's cool to watch her ride around on her motorcycle. But I also was told that I don't really have a lot of characters. I do have Shalonen, but I don't really have that many characters that would, like, be good support characters for her in a party anyway. And my Shalonen is, like, really the only one I have that's, like, good with her. And she's not built up at all yet. She's, like, level 20. So, I'm like, I'll just wait. I'll just wait. Currently, my loadout that I for a while I was going through my old loadouts, and for a while my team was Alhaitham, Beto, Barbara, and Yanfei. I used Hazo a lot too. But I was having a lot of trouble ascending him because getting his stuff in Inazuma was such a pain in the ass. Now it's a little bit better because they've made it easier to, like, see how many of a certain object are, like, in a certain area. But before I was, like, having to, like, look at a guide on a wiki for, like, where to find his ascension materials, and it was driving me crazy. But they've made it a lot better since I last played Genshin, like, 2 years ago. But currently, my go-to party is Bennett, Beto, Shincho, and Yanfei. I would say Yanfei is my, like, strongest character I have out of anyone. And I would say she's my favorite. She's my favorite to play and my favorite, like, personality-wise. But if we're just going off of, like, design and personality, Beto is my favorite. But Beto is my second favorite to play as. I just like the Catalyst characters a little bit more just because it's a lot easier to apply elements. So true. But yeah, I pulled Alhaitham. I kept pulling for him because I liked him so much. Like, just 'cause, like, he's hot, but also, like, I really liked how he played. So I kept pulling for him because I was like, I love one of his constellations, and I think I have his C, at least his C1. But yeah, I was really into Genshin early 2023. I, like, very vividly remember pulling for Alhaitham, grinding his boss while when I first started getting into Jenny Nicholson videos. I'm sure you have friends who told you this, but Shalonen is great with Wriothesley. I'm sure they've told me, but I didn't stick in my brain. But that's cool. I really want to explore more of... what's it called? Where Shalonen is from. What's the new place? I can't think of it. Natlan! Thank you. Yeah, I have barely explored any of that area. But it's really pretty from what I have seen. What's the underwater one? I've been there. I think I went there for like 5 minutes. There's so much that they've added. The last time I played, I think they had just added the desert to Sumeru. Fontaine, yeah. Fontaine is very cool looking so far. I got off the boat train and I went to a house with a windmill on it. And I was like, this is pretty. But a lot of the waypoints were underwater and I don't understand the swimming yet. So I left to do my dailies. I want to play Genshin right now. Oh my god. They got me, gal. My friends got me back. And they didn't even have to dangle a sexy man in front of me to do it. I do like Genshin. I do think it's a fun game. I just was getting very intimidated because my world level was pretty high. I set it to like 4. I don't really remember why I did that. But I was struggling to like defeat enemies. And I was very intimidated by like how to build characters in that game. And then Tears of the Kingdom came out. So I kind of just, that became like my open world game that I play. Which I do want to, maybe, I think I would rather stream Tears of the Kingdom than Genshin just because it has more of a broader appeal. But I really want to stream Tears of the Kingdom because I have so many side quests and I've been itching to play it again. But every day I'm like, I'll stream something else. But it's been, lately, a bunch of my friends have been getting back into Genshin, some getting into it for the first time. So they all play Genshin together like every night on Discord, and I'm usually just watching screen shares, but I'm like, oh, I want to play with them. And they can come to my world, and they're all like level 5,000, so they one-shot all these bosses that take 10 minutes for me to beat. And it makes it so much easier. So I've been mostly doing that, but the last 2 days I've just kind of been going around and getting waypoints to get primos, just so I have more places to teleport to as well. But I did a boss today by myself. It was some like grass bird, dendro bird, that I like went through a ultra wormhole to get to. Hi Ruby, I love you. I'm level 45. My world level is 4. I cannot level up more until I increase my world level, but I'm not going to do that because I'm already struggling with the enemies as is. And I currently have 33,000 experience out of 15, meaning I have double what it needs to level up, but I'm just saving that experience for like probably 6 months from now when I finally ascend my world level to level 5. Playing Genshin with friends was really what made the grinding easier. Yeah, the characters are cool. I do wish that they were a little bit more diverse with skin tone and body type. I love the character designs for Zenless Zone Zero. I need to get back into that game because one of the reasons why I didn't play it was because I like playing that game with a controller, and I've been struggling for fucking months to get my controller to work with my computer. But now I got a new one and it works great, so I might get back into it. But I really liked Zenless, and I played it at launch, and I pulled all 3 of the hot guys that I wanted. The dog furry, the bear furry, and Ben Bigger and Anton. I pulled all 3 of them with just the free, like, it's the launch, let's celebrate it, primos, or whatever they're called in that game. I don't know. So I was enjoying that game, and I didn't have to spend a single dollar on it. But I know they've added a bunch of new guys, and I want to check it out. That gameplay, I think my only thing, and maybe they've like improved it, I was really sad. I know that you can now play as other characters besides the twins or whatever, like the main girl and the boy. You can like walk around that little town as characters you pulled now instead of just them, which is cool. Like Ion's my favorite. I fucking screamed when I pulled him. But I'm talking about Zenless Zone Zero, a Hoyo verse game with furries. And I really would love if... So I really enjoy the the gameplay of like when you enter a battle in that game and you like walk around that little area to fight stuff. I kind of wish that it was the whole game was more that. Like it was a little bit more like open worldy vibes. Just because I want to explore that entire city so bad. They removed a lot of the TV stuff. Interesting, I didn't know that. I started that game on stream, and part of me feels weird like playing any more of it off stream. But I don't know if it's something people would want to watch me stream. At least my audience. I know it was very niche even when the game first came out. I think most people were watching out of pure curiosity. But I really liked it. I thought it was really cool. And I don't really care so much about, like, now that I have a job outside of streaming that pays very well and I can comfortably, like, pay my rent now, I don't feel as much pressure to always stream things that will get the most amount of viewership possible. My concern now is more, I already only get to stream, like, maybe twice a week. Now I'm like, I would rather those be something that more people want to watch. It's less like I need the viewership and more, well, if I'm only going to check in with everybody like once a week, I'd want it to be something that everyone wants to see. Which is why I've been playing more things like Animal Crossing again and like shiny hunting. Because like more of my audience shows up to that and then I get to talk to everybody. It's less I'm worried about the analytics of it all, and I'm more just like, well, I want to just be able to make sure I checked in with everybody because I haven't talked to everyone in a few days. But it's been really nice streaming pretty much every day over the break. I think since the 23rd, I've only taken 2 days off from streaming. And I'm going to try my best to stream tomorrow. I'm going to try to get up early. We're going to go to the gym. It's been like 12 days since we've gone to the gym. I need to go. I'm losing my mind not going. And I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna edit what I need to edit for podcast stuff. Thankfully, it's not Loveline, which I can do in a lot shorter amount of time than Hot Topics. So I'll try to stream tomorrow afternoon, and I do want to play Infinity Nikki finally. And if I don't like it, I'll play something else. But I think I'm gonna like it. But I've been really enjoying doing a lot more shiny hunting. Now that I have a computer that won't freeze 15 times a stream while I shiny hunt. Looked it up. God, those furries are awesome. Might have to check it out even though it's not my usual gig. Yeah, I don't know if they've added more furry characters since launch. I think they have. But Ben Bigger is hot as hell. Lycaon is literally in gay kink gear. And they show his literal taint in some of his highlight animations. It's crazy. Genshin is addicted to twinks. Like, Victorian rail-thin twinks. But Zenless is like muscle men and non-humans. It's very fun to see a lot of my, I don't want to say criticisms, but like requests for character designs in Genshin end up in another game that they made. It's like they're hearing them somewhere at corporate, but other games are executing the feedback. I need more like, I have a couple of like prints in my apartment now that are like gay muscle art, but I want more like bara stuff in general around my apartment. My sister's coming to visit in March, so I will wait to hang up anything too erotic until after she comes. She's not homophobic, but I'm just like, I'm not gonna put porn on my wall. But I do have the Massive Goods book. It's on our coffee table. Mommy! That man's looking at almost naked men! I'm probably gonna wrap it up soon. I started pretty late today and it's already almost 11. And I have not seen my boyfriend in a long time. So I'd like to sit on the couch and watch Bob's Burgers with him. He's probably gonna fall asleep though, before me. So when he does, I will leave the bed and go play Genshin. I draw that sort of stuff sometimes. One of my teachers saw some of my drawings. It was all, Scott, you know about Toms of Finland? And that was the best compliment I've ever been given. We have a Tom of Finland deck of playing cards. I would like some Tom of Finland art on my walls. For sure. We were talking about them earlier in the stream as well. I need to be drawing more. I just need to be drawing more, period. But I've come up with some very muscly, hot guys as OCs that I should be drawing more of. And creating even more. That's my New Year's resolution. My biggest thing. And I already started. I got started even before New Year's. I got the ball rolling. But yeah, I want to draw more. Do you have any furry OCs? I don't think so. I have drawn many furries though. I like drawing furries and follow many. But I just don't really like I would say I'm a furry, but I don't have a fursona and nothing really calls to me to make one. Like I don't have the desire to create one at all. My like Sona is like my alien guy, who I thought about giving shapeshifting powers, because I had a vision of me drawing him with bunny ears, and I thought that would be cute. But yeah, I don't know. What about a polar bear? Yeah, maybe. Dallas loves polar bears. You're a grim snarl with a haircut. Pokemon personas are so funny to me because so often it's like it's literally just a Pokemon with like a scarf or like a bang. I love it though. I'll get to 1,000 and then I'm gonna wrap it up. I don't know if I will like actually reach the number 1,000. I would assume it's a multiple of 15, but yeah, when I took commissions earlier in the beginning of last year, I think of the like 15 I did, 14 of them were furries. And I loved every second of it. It was so fun. They're on my Instagram if you'd like to see them. Jimby draws. They're on Twitter too, but it's easier to see them all on Instagram. Pokemon fans is like 90% furries. I wouldn't say so. Maybe on Twitter. But you'd be surprised at how many Pokemon fans would like be like, ew, furries still. Mystery Dungeon fans are like 100% furries, yes. Pokemon fans are vanilla as fuck. Yeah, the bulk of Pokemon fans are boring and insufferable. My favorite is I've been seeing, because of Sonic 3, people being like, this is my Sonic Sona. And they did the same shit with Animal Crossing. They're like, this is my Animal Crossing Villager Sona. Baby, that's a furry. I hate to break it to you. You can use whatever verbiage you want. You just made a furry of yourself. And that's cool. But you would probably be in denial about that. And I've been seeing the same thing lately. I've been seeing people be like, this is my Sonic Sona. Me as a Sonic character. That's even more furry. Because now they're anthropomorphized. I saw people gagging over Pokemon and Scarlet Violet eating fruits in the overworld. The fact that anyone could even fucking make out what they're doing at all, because the Pokemon are so damn small, is crazy enough to begin with. What if you made a train Sona? That would be hilarious. Do you know Eats does Sumi in Dungeon Meshi? I have not met that character yet. I've only seen the first 3 episodes. And I actually have avoided like any sort of spoilers for that show pretty well, despite seeing fan art of it a lot. I've seen more of it a few months ago. Is the show on hiatus till next season or something? That's probably why. Hi, Michael. Draw tons of personified roller coasters. I'll be drawing these big gay guys, and remember that's meant to be a roller coaster. There was some game that I played. It was a dating simulator where they were all human girls, but they are like, they're tanks. Like military war tanks. But they just look like human anime girls, but they're all tanks, and they talk about like their wheels. And it was really funny. I streamed it because my friend was like, you should play this game on stream, because she had seen like funny screenshots of it. And then about 3 hours into the game, it started, they introduced a tank character that was like a World War II tank, and she got really anti-Semitic, and I turned the game off and I deleted it. I was like, okay, it's not funny anymore. You ruined it. It was very much the era of Hatoful Boyfriend, like meme shock content dating sim game. I think it was called Panzer Madel's Tank Dating Simulator. What kind of style of furry do you prefer, anime or toonie? Depends on, it kind of just depends on the artist's art style. There are some furries where I'm like, I can tell that you spend a lot of time looking at furry art, and it's It's very much giving Lion King.
I'm very honored to be in the presence of so many locals.
Locals! No one's gonna say hi back to Michael. I did. Sorry, I have a hair on my nose. Winter Warburton! You're catching me just at the end of my stream, just about. I'm getting to 1,000 encounters. Hi, Ruby. She always runs in when I get raided. Want to play nuclear narwhals? I don't know what that is. Did someone say furry? Yeah, we were talking about furries. And how great they are. I've always wanted to go to a furry convention. I was going to help a friend of mine table at one back in like 2017, but I couldn't afford the flight to go there, so. I love either Bara-styled furries. That's pretty much all I follow. But I do follow a lot of like American furry artists that like draw in like a blend of the art styles. I don't really have like one particular type of style that I follow more than others. It really depends on the artist and if they draw ones that I like how they look. Either character design wise or just think they're hot. Really. I've always wanted to go to a furry rave. I feel like that is the craziest shit in the world. I've heard crazy ass things. World War II shock jokes are low-hanging fruit, though. There are objectively evil people in that when that never fucking happens. I don't understand the second sentence, but I do agree with the first. It's like boring, lazy, snoozy. I don't remember the rest of that Abby Lee Miller quote, but sloppy. You never get to take pot shots at someone who is objectively evil because there's always gray area. Yeah, I guess I see what you mean. Although I feel like, I don't know. I've seen some media that, like, really tries their best to, like, mock Hitler. Right? But then it always ends up, like, just, like, the punchline is just insinuating that he's gay. As if that's, like, the worst thing you can be. And I'm like, well, that now you're just being homophobic. Like, I don't know. I think it's yeah, it's not typically funny at all. I'll do one more. And then we'll go. What is this? Pokemon XY new funky mode? I am playing with a mod that adds more horde battles. So it is a little bit funky mode. There was a period of my stream life in 2017 where I think 5 straight months I had new funky mode in the corner of my entire stream. Like, that was just part of my layout. So stupid. Alright, let's raid somebody. Shall we? Shall we? Callie's live! Callie's live! Callie's live! I'm gonna raid Calgator143! Playing Fortnite! She raided me yesterday, I think? So I'd like to return the favor. She's great. I gotta stream Fortnite with her again. Now that my computer doesn't freeze anymore, I got a new one. I can't wait to play Fortnite with people and not have my stream die 5 times. Take care of yourselves, guys. I will do my best to be here tomorrow if I finish my work on time. If not, I'll see you sometime during the week.